So, first of all, I want to do a poem for you. I always forget to do my homework, so I have not the author of the piece. I heard it was done by John Denver that he just said this poem. I didn't like dig into the internet and look it up before I got here, so I don't know how the hell he did it.
Did you say you thought it was either John Donne or John Denver?
It was done by John Denver. The poem is called The Box. Once upon a time, in the far-off land of Hushabye, around about the wondrous days of yore, they came upon a sort of box, bound up with chains and locked with locks and labeled, "Kindly do not touch. It's war." Decree was issued round about with a flourish and a shout, and a gaily colored mascot tripping lightly on before. Don't fiddle with that deadly box. Don't break the chains. Don't pick those locks. And please, don't ever play about with war. Well, children understood. Children happened to be good, and they were just as good around those days of yore. They never tried to pick the locks or break into that deadly box. They never tried to play about with war. Mommies didn't either. Sisters, aunts, grannies, neither. For they were quiet and sweet and pretty in those wondrous days of yore. Well, much the same as now, and not the ones to blame somehow for opening up that deadly box of war. But someone did. Someone battered in the lid and spilled the insides out across the floor. A kind of bouncing, bumpy ball made up of guns and flags and the tears and horror and the death that goes with war. It bounced right out and went bashing all about and bumped into everything in store. And what was really sad and most unfair is that it didn't really care who it bumped, or why, or what, or for. It bumped into the children mainly, and I'm telling you this quite plainly, it bumps them every day and more, and leaves them dead and burned and dying, thousands of them sick and crying, because when it bumps, it's really very sore. Now there's a way to stop that ball. It isn't difficult at all. All it takes is wisdom. I am absolutely sure that we can get it back into that box, bind up the chains and lock the locks, but no one seems to care about the children anymore. Well, that's the way it all appears, because it's been bouncing round for years and years, despite all the wisdom whizzed since those wondrous days of yore, and the time they came upon that box, bound up with chains, and locked with locks, and labeled, "Kindly do not touch. It's war."
The Republicans care about children until they're born.
Thank you for allowing me to share. Memories and drinks don't mix too well. Jukebox records don't play those wedding bells. Looking at the world through the bottom of a glass.
Amen.